So students, today we'll take up oxidation reactions, right? So we will learn what are oxidation reactions. Now, an oxidation reaction is a reaction in which a reactant combines with oxygen or loses hydrogen, right? So a reaction in which a reactant combines with oxygen or loses hydrogen is called or termed as an oxidation reaction. We will have a look at quite a few examples of oxidation reactions. Now students, sometimes oxidation reaction is brought about merely by a reactant combining with the oxygen from the air directly. Like you burn a ribbon of magnesium in air, it combines with the oxygen and gets oxidized to form magnesium oxide. You burn wood in air, the carbon in the wood, or you burn coal in air, the carbon in them combines with oxygen to form their oxides, right? So this is a process of direct oxidation, right, by combining with the oxygen in air. But there are some specific chemical substances which are used to bring about oxidation of certain reactants. Such specific chemical substances which are used to bring about the oxidation reaction are called as oxidants or oxidizing agents. You will come across many names like potassium chromate is there, then potassium permanganate is there. These agents called oxidants or oxidizing agents, they make available oxygen to the reactants so that they can be oxidized. Normally we use acidic potassium chromate or potassium permanganate. Acidic means they are mixed with sulfuric acid so that their reaction releases oxygen which is called as nascent oxygen. Nascent oxygen is represented by the symbol O in a bracket. Now what is this nascent oxygen? Nascent oxygen is a stage of oxygen just before it forms the oxygen molecule. You know, oxygen is always available in a diatomic state, right? You find oxygen in the formula as O2. Oxygen in atmosphere never exists in monoatomic state. It is always in diatomic state. So the state of oxygen just before it forms the oxygen molecule is called as nascent oxygen, and this nascent oxygen is very reactive, so it tries to combine with other substances or elements or compounds, right, in order to become stable, and in the process it oxidizes them, right? So these substances, oxidants and oxidizing agents, are very important agents in oxidation or reaction. So before we take up some examples on oxidation, let us define oxidation reaction once again. The chemical reaction in which a reactant combines with oxygen or loses hydrogen is called an oxidation reaction. You can see the first example. If you burn a magnesium ribbon in air, it combines with oxygen to give magnesium oxide. So you have the reaction Mg, magnesium, combining with O2, oxygen, to give magnesium oxide, a very good example of an oxidation reaction. So you burn coal or wood in air, the carbon in them combines with O2, that is oxygen, to give carbon dioxide, another good example of oxidation, right? So this is where a reactant combines with oxygen, right? This is called an oxidation reaction. On the other two examples are examples where a reactant loses hydrogen to go into an oxidation reaction, right? So here you have magnesium hydride. Now what happens, students, when magnesium hydride is dissolved in water? It decomposes to give hydrogen gas, right? So the loss of hydrogen from magnesium hydride is also termed as oxidation, right? We learned the definition of oxidation. Oxidation is a reaction in which a reactant gains oxygen or loses hydrogen. So by definition, this third reaction is also an oxidation reaction. Magnesium hydride loses hydrogen. You can see on the right hand side that hydrogen gas is liberated. So it's a very good example of an oxidation reaction. Then the conversion of ethane into ethene. You will learn in the later chapters on carbon compounds how this forms. This is a hydrocarbon. One saturated hydrocarbon getting converted into an unsaturated hydrocarbon. Students, this you will learn later on. For the time being, only look at it as an example of oxidation reaction. Now, ethane is actually made to react with bromine in the presence of sunlight, and it gets converted into ethene. You can see CH2, double bond CH2, that is ethene. So and ethane gets converted into ethene with the loss of hydrogen. You can see hydrogen being removed. So that's an example of an oxidation reaction. Now students, I told you that some oxidation reactions are brought about by the use of specific chemical substances called oxidants or oxidizing agents. There's an example where ethyl alcohol is converted into acetic acid, vinegar, right? So how the process of conversion of ethyl alcohol into acetic acid is an oxidation reaction. Let's have a look at it right now. You can see ethyl alcohol, CH3, CH2OH. It is made to react with an acidic solution of potassium chromate, right? You can see K2Cr3O7 and H2SO4. So it's an acidic solution of potassium chromate. So when ethyl alcohol is reacting with an acidic solution of potassium chromate, because of the reaction of potassium chromate with sulfuric acid, nascent oxygen is produced. You can see the O, right? So that's nascent oxygen is produced. You can see the reaction here down. K2Cr3O7 reacts with sulfuric acid to give nascent oxygen, and this nascent oxygen is what causes the ethyl alcohol to get converted into acetic acid, that is CH3COOH. So this is a very good example of oxidation which is taking place with the help of an oxidant or an oxidizing agent, right? So there are many such reactions where you can see the oxidants oxidizing reactants. So oxidation reaction is well understood right now. I told you what is nascent oxygen as well, right? So nascent oxygen is a state of oxygen just before the formation of oxygen molecule, and nascent oxygen is very reactive. It can combine with a reactant and result in its oxidation, just as you have seen the ethyl alcohol being oxidized by nascent oxygen to give you acetic acid. So students, you have now learnt about oxidation, right? We will also learn about the reduction reaction in detail in the next video lecture. Till then students, stay safe, take care, and thank you.